What's going on, guys? I'm excited to be back here today because I got the Walther PDP Compact. This is the new hot pistol from Walther. Everybody's been anticipating this thing being released. Everybody's been trying to get a hold of one. I'm down here at Target Shooting Solutions where they got one in as a rental and it's brand new. This is going to be the first shots fired through the pistol here. I've never shot it before. This gun's never been shot before, but I wanted to talk about it a little bit and we're going to shoot it. So let's get it loaded up, take a few shots, and then we'll go into a little more detail about my thoughts and really what this thing brings to the table. All right, guys, I got it loaded up, 10 rounds, downrange out of target, 5 yards away, so I'll take 10 shots, see what it feels like, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Here we go. All right, so let me just first say, it's actually not a bad shooting pistol. Dry firing it when I first got my hands on it and comparing it with the VP9 SK, I can tell you that the trigger pull on this, it's not bad, and we'll get into direct comparisons with the VP9 SK, but right out of the box, I mean, it feels good. I mean, it feels good in my hand. The trigger's not bad. It's a pretty, I don't want to say crisp trigger, but it's a light enough trigger for like a duty type pistol, which is what they're marketing this for. It's not bad. I'm kind of surprised how much I like this just straight away, how it feels, and how it kind of feels in my hand when I shoot it. So let's load it up again, a few more shots, and then we'll get into the SK stuff. All right, guys, you know, with the ammo shortage, we can't go through a million rounds here. Let's put 5 in this round, and then we'll move on. We'll talk about this and the SK. All right, so let's talk about features out of the box, right? You're pre-cut for optics. The grip, the ergos of the grip and the texturing of the grip is actually really nice. I don't have large hands, but it really just, it feels very nice in my hand as far as just the ergonomics of it. What I can tell you is, this being the 4-inch barrel in the compact, so the shorter grip range, 4-inch barrel, it feels, compared to the SK, it feels like this is lighter than the SK. Some would say that feel, talking with some other guys that have held this gun, not shot it, it feels maybe a little cheaper, a little less quality of a build than the SK, because it has that little bit of a lighter feel, but I'm not getting that like while shooting it. Like it feels like a solid pistol. But my critique with Walther on this is that it doesn't come with any optics plates out of the box. So the thing with that is, I mean, yeah, H&K's doing that with the VP9 series, like, you know, they got them optics ready, but you got to order the specific plate that you want. And I understand that you don't want to include, you know, 4 or 5 different plates in the box, because then that jacks up the price for the pistol that, you know, some people might only need one of the optics mounts. But the problem with this is, right now this gun is so new, is you can't find any optics mounts. Walther is the only one that's making them, and what you get in the box is a voucher that you fill out, and you go to the website, put in your serial number and all that stuff, and you pick which optics mount that you want for them to send you. So right away, if you want to carry this thing and you're somebody that really wants to carry with an optic on, you're not going to be able to do that. And who knows, you know, how long the process takes to get you the optic plate for your optic in the mail. Say you do it today, maybe it takes a week, maybe it takes 2 weeks, maybe they don't have any in stock. It doesn't even say that on the website. You get one for free, they'll send you it for free. You have to choose the one you want. So that's where I think they slipped up on this, is they didn't have any of the plates ready to go to purchase straight on the website right away. So now you're in like this waiting game of, you only have to choose one, you can only get one for free, and you can't even purchase additional mounting plates should you want to put a different optic on, you know, right away. Say you didn't like, you put a Viper on, you didn't want the Viper, you didn't like the way it sat on this gun, you didn't like the way it looked on this gun, and you want to put a Trigicon. Well, that's a different plate, but you can't get the plate because you can't buy it online. So I think that's really where they had a misstep on this. But other than that, though, I mean, it feels really nice. So let's get out the SK and we'll compare that to this. All right guys, so we got the SK out. This particular version has the pinky extension mag in it. I just wanted to show you this is the configuration we're working with the VP9 SK. 10 rounds in, shoot these off now. So what I can tell you just shooting this directly after shooting the Walther, the trigger on this to me feels like it's a little bit better. So the reset on this is not as good as the reset on the Walther. The reset on this is a lot longer of a travel and it sort of kicks out on you some. So here's the reset. There's the reset. It sort of has that jump. It kicks out on you right at the reset. And then there's barely any take up. There's the wall. Pull. Not a bad trigger out of the box. It is a great trigger out of the box. Now let's look at the Walther. There. Do it again. Creep, creep, creep. Reset is a better reset. It's a shorter reset. Doesn't kick out on you as much. Pull back. There's a little more take up before the wall. And the brake is nice. The brake on both of them is good. It feels nice. It doesn't feel heavy. Neither of them feel heavy. SK. More travel, kicks out really hard on you. There's the take up if you release too much. Brake is about the same. They are close. They are close in weight. They have to be around 4.5, 5 pounds. It's not bad. It's not a heavy trigger. It's probably somewhere in between the 4 to 5 pound range. Let's sit them down. We'll look at them side by side, compare size and all the different really dimensions of it to see what would be best for you if you had to choose between the two. I feel like these two, this being the new hot pistol and the SK that's been around for a while now, this is a pretty good comparison on what people may be looking at and wanting to carry as options. So these would probably be the two options somebody might be looking for in a small compact carry gun, this being a 4-inch barrel and this being shy of a 4-inch barrel. It's like 3.8 or 3.6, a little more than 3.5-inch barrel. So we'll look at them side by side on the ground and see really what the size difference is. All right, so looking at these things side by side, very similar. Putting the SK over top directly as best as I can with one hand. They are very close in size. It's obviously just that much longer with the 4-inch barrel compared to the 3.86 or whatever it is with the SK. Looking at the grips, it's a little hard to tell at this angle, but they are essentially the same length with the pinky extension on that angle. Now, if you were to put in the 15-round mag that sort of is thicker down here around the bottom and it's more of a flush fitting magazine, it is essentially the same in grip. The same in grip length. Looking at the tops, very similar. The SK is a little more rounded on top, whereas the PDP is a little flatter, a little broader, so it's going to be a little wider carrying, which I don't think is going to be a big deal if you're more of a heavy set guy. That may be a consideration, but looking at them, it's very close. And obviously you have the slide cut in the top for the optic on the longer slide. Roughly the size difference, it's just a hair longer. Looking at them this way, they are essentially the same. You know, the grip is a little different as far as ergonomics go with the SK and the Walther. It is a little longer, the Walther, the slide, as I've already said. Triggers are comparable, but if you were to ask me, I feel like it's a give and take. All right, another 10 rounds with the Walther. Back to back, real quick, SK. Look, what I can say is going straight back to back from the Walther to the SK. You couldn't go wrong either option. They both shoot great, they both feel nice. The SK definitely feels like a more sturdy gun. It's heavier. I can just tell that just by holding them back to back. I don't know exactly the weights, but it is heavier. Where HK missed the mark is that this year they did not release an SK with an optics ready slide. Anybody else in the industry, I can't think of one company right now that doesn't have an optics ready compact pistol from the factory. I'd rather spend 50 more bucks on an optics ready SK than have to get this one and then spend a few hundred to get a slide milled out. So why they did not release one this year is beyond me. I don't understand it. But you can't go wrong either way. I feel like though, if I had to make a decision on what I would buy right now if I had to choose between the two, and I need to have an optic and I want to run an optic, it would have to be the Walther. As big a fan as I am of the VP9 line and the SK, if you're looking at it bone stock, I think the Walther is the way to go just because of the slide cut for the optics. I mean, you can't justify this pistol is about $50 more if you can find them. Either of these pistols, you can find them. This is going to be about $50 more, the SK, than the Walther, and the Walther has a slide cut. It's really up to you, but I think if you need to have a red dot on your carry gun, it's going to be the Walther. Save yourself a few bucks, go with the Walther, but you really can't go wrong either way. If you want to have just a great concealed carry gun and not worry about a red dot, go with the SK. I mean, own them both if you can, but you really can't go wrong either way. I just think both companies missed the mark on a few different areas. One, not including or not having optics plates ready straight away at launch, and then HK missing the boat on just not milling out a slide for a red dot. Both great guns. So, all right guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.